Hello everyone, my name is Annette Nakas. I am a Ugandan and a third-year PhD student in cancer sciences at the University of Manchester in the UK. I am the founder of Ruralgreatminds, an initiative that I started to find ways of creating a positive impact in rural poor schools like the ones I attended in Uganda. And this was mainly influenced by the experiences that I had while having my higher education in developed countries like Japan and the UK. Here, I will briefly tell you about my education background, what Ruralgreatminds is, what we do, how we do it, how we have evolved over the years, achievements so far, and our future plans. For my primary education, I went to this village school called St. Charles Ranga Primary School, and this is where I spent the 7 years of my childhood learning. After that, I went to Kaboko Secondary School, another village school in Chotera district, where I spent the 6 years of my secondary education. After that, I went to Japan, to the University of Tsukuba, to pursue a bachelor's degree in biological sciences. And after graduating there, I went to the University of Oxford in the UK to pursue a master's degree in radiation biology. After graduating, I returned to Uganda for about a year, during which I lectured at Uganda Christian University, where I taught radiobiology to these great medical students. And after that, I returned to the UK to pursue my PhD in cancer sciences at the University of Manchester, where I am at the moment. Before I delve into Ruralgreatminds' work, it would be good for you to know how the Uganda's education system works. In general, we spend around 7 years in the primary education level, and after that, we proceed to secondary education, where we study for 4 years at lower secondary and 2 years at higher secondary. And after graduating from the secondary level, we proceeded to either the university or college, depending on one, how we have performed at the secondary level, and two, the financial status of the families where we are coming from. As we are all aware, a child's early stage education plays a big role in how their future will be. Unfortunately, in Uganda, education is not free at any level, which makes lots of nationals unable to obtain it. In an academic year, we do have 3 terms. And in rural schools, government primary schools, pupils pay around £8 per term. Surprisingly, over 70% of the guardians in those rural areas cannot afford these school fees, and those pupils who are talented in various ways are not rewarded well enough, which can easily make them lack inspiration. On top of that, these rural schools tend to have very limited resources, which makes these pupils lack opportunities that can enable them discover and develop key skills such as confidence and creativity. And that's where Ruralgreatminds comes in, to support such talented pupils while teaching them from young age that good efforts of any form can pay off at any given time in their lifetime. We mainly do this by awarding scholarships to these pupils based on excellence in academics, sports, leadership, discipline, hygiene, empathy, and entertainment. The main goal aim of this is to promote quality education, talents, and life skills, including confidence, creativity, self-esteem, and interpersonal skills among these rural pupils. So how do we get to know the winners, and how many scholarships do we offer? At the moment, we are supporting 2 schools, and we offer these scholarships in 2 main categories. The first category is academic excellence, and here we offer 9 scholarships per school. These scholarships are awarded termly, so every term the best performers are rated and they get the scholarships automatically. The next category is extracurricular activities and other fields like leadership. Here we offer 9 scholarships, and these ones are awarded at every end of academic year. In this category, pupils and teachers vote to kind of instill this thing of democracy within these young pupils at a young stage. And in both categories, the scholarships we offer only cover school fees for the next term. So one may wonder, do we only offer scholarships? Well, as you all know, every child is talented in their own way, and we try to reward as many talents as possible, but not every pupil gets an award. Thus, we try to create or bring up activities that can make rural school life more impactful, memorable, and enjoyable to all pupils. In this regard, we contribute in the following ways. The first one is promoting sports activities. Here, we try to donate materials that can enable these pupils play, and these materials include balls and sports wares. We do this to not only improve their physical health, but also enable them develop that skill of teamwork and social skills. The next thing we do is to teach these pupils the importance of our environment and how they can participate to sustain it. And we do this by donating various trees, mainly fruit trees, so that they can take care of them while at school, something that can enable them develop that sense of responsibility. Another thing we do is to increase awareness about menstrual health. In Uganda, many girls fail to attend school due to lack of sanitary wear, and many don't even know what menstruation is. In fact, about 23% of girls between 12 and 18 years of age drop out of school once they begin menstruating due to various reasons. One of them is the fear of being stigmatized. Well, in rural settings, boys don't even know much about what's happening in our bodies, how things change as we grow. So when they see a girl who isn't even aware that they are menstruating, they laugh at them. So we do believe that educating both girls and boys what menstruation is, what they need to do about it, and how boys can participate in it can greatly make our society better. So this was 2021 when we were donating this sewing machine so that these pupils can learn how to make their own pads while at school and also repair their school uniforms once they are torn. And here was my recent visit, 2025, and this student at Kabasumba Primary School, Beatrice, was showing me how she repairs the damaged or torn uniforms of her juniors. The next thing we do is to teach various healthy practices to these young people. For example, learning how to properly washing their hands after visiting the toilet. Apart from dealing with primary schools, we also go to secondary schools, and here we focus on offering career guidance sessions and life lessons based on our experiences. This was me in 2024 during my visit to my former secondary school, Kaboko Secondary School, where I spent a full day with students and played various games with them. At the end of all the activities we did, I offered 2 scholarships, one for confidence to Adrian and another for sports to Sharon, who is a great netballer. So, how have we evolved over the years? Let me tell you something. When I was in Japan doing my bachelor's degree, I had a chance of visiting various primary and secondary schools. Here is what I noticed. Unlike the schools that I went to, schools in Japan, they have got great structures when it comes to buildings. They are well equipped with scholastic materials. They do instill or enforce this thing of discipline and leadership within pupils at a younger age. And they enable pupils to discover and develop their talents at a young age in any field. This drove me to think about effective ways of making a difference to the schools like the ones I attended. And when I got a chance to return to Uganda to do an internship, I decided to visit various schools. And the first one I went to was Kawasumba Primary School. When I went there, the things that shocked me were the toilets, dusty classrooms, and the damaged water tank. So upon my return to Japan, I organized a fundraising among my best friends, classmates, my professors, and co-workers at McDonald's. Together, we were able to raise $635, which we used to renovate this primary 1 class, bought 5 desks, renovated this water tank, bought this hand washing facility, and these 2 bulbs. After doing all that, I had to take a step back to think about the impact of ways of impacting the pupils themselves and the source of income for our future activities. And this is where I created this YouTube channel called Annette Maya. So here I mainly share education-related opportunities such as scholarships and my experience, how I have achieved all the scholarships that I have, and also share what we do with the donations we get from these people. The main goal of this was to not only share information or opportunities to those people who want to have a chance of having education abroad, just like I did, but also achieve monetization as a source of income for our activities. Mind you, on YouTube, to achieve monetization, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours within a year. In October 2022, we were able to achieve those and thus launched Ruralgreatminds scholarships. We started with Kawasumba Primary School and later added St. Charles Ranga Primary School in 2024. Ever since the launch of these scholarships, we have been able to offer 90 scholarships to Kawasumba Primary School and 36 scholarships to St. Charles Ranga Primary School. This has created a healthy competition among learners, which is evident in academic performance. Every term, we ask for the pupils that were the best in each class, and we are observing that over 50% of those are new faces, which is a great thing. Another thing that we are looking at here is to indirectly teach these pupils to learn to cope with defeat at a young age. On top of that, we talked to the head teacher of our first school, that is Kawasumba Primary School, and he told us that attendance is increasing every single year. There were 84 pupils in the entire school in 2022, but by 2025, this number has increased to 203 pupils. There are obviously other factors that have contributed to this, but he told us that having these scholarships and various activities introduced liveliness in school, and thus more kids want to attend school. Another thing that we are proud of is the impact we have caused in terms of talent promotion and confidence among these learners. So doing all these things really makes us happy and proud, and thus we thought about coming up with projects that can diversify our impact. The first project is the Ruralgreatminds Olympics-like competitions that will be conducted every single year starting with 2025. The theme for this year is healthy body, healthy brain, and all the activities done, including football, netball, long and high jumps, relays, rounders, wrestling, sack races, all those games will be uploaded to their newly established YouTube channel called Ruralgreatminds TV. Kindly subscribe so you don't miss anything from our end. Other projects that we are thinking about at the moment include promoting music, dance, and drama talents, creativity, that's quiz competitions, and then debating competitions. We shall be providing more details in the coming years once these ones are introduced. Great thanks to our supporters and my great team. I love and respect all of you guys. Thank you so much for standing with me, and thank you for being so enthusiastic in terms of making rural education more enjoyable. Thank you, everybody. Don't forget to support us by sharing our content, subscribing to our YouTube channel, and of course, feel free to visit our website to know more what we do. That is Ruralgreatminds. Thank you. Bye.